Hi guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. Today's video is going to be a 3D acrylic press-on nail set, and I'm going to show you guys how I did this really cute Christmas designs on all of the nails. So it's going to be a step-by-step tutorial, and yeah. So getting right into it, the first thing I'm doing is adding a light nude acrylic base to all the nails, and I'm just doing a couple beads on each nail so that the nails are very thick and a little more sturdy than like a gel base coat, but definitely use a gel base coat if you don't have acrylic. I'm also removing the excess acrylic before dipping into the powder again and making a new bead so that it doesn't mess up my brush and the excess doesn't build up. Both the powder and the brush I'm using are from Model 1s, and then I got my monomer on Amazon. I finally bought a 1 liter, like big bottle of monomer, and I'm so glad I did because I kept buying the little ones and I would run out so quickly, and it's just a better deal to get the 1 liter if you do nails like every day and a bunch of sets every day. You're gonna need the biggest option that you can get. I'm using 1 layer of a pinky nude gel polish from Beetles, and I did lightly file the nails before adding this color so that it doesn't chip off. And I'm just doing 1 layer because the light acrylic nude color that I used made it pigmented enough that it's not going to be sheer. And the base on the nails is going to be the same for the whole set, so just do this on all the nails. And I'm going to link the materials that I'm using down below, and they are on the more affordable side. I don't use like the super high-end nail products that are really expensive. I just don't. So yeah, most of my stuff is from Amazon, and I'll link it down below. It's still all very high quality, and I love all the products that I use, so yeah, that'll be all down below. And nothing is sponsored. I just like to let you guys know where I find my stuff and where I'm getting it from. And I wanted to say thank you so much for subscribing and liking and commenting. I recently hit 1,000 subscribers, and I just wanted to give you guys a huge thank you, and I love you so much, and the support keeps me going and keeps me working hard. And I've only been doing press-on nails for 2 years, like selling for 2 years, so I don't have the most experience, but oh my gosh, these past 2 years have been crazy. So much has happened within like the nail business for me, and I have a lot that I could tell y'all, to be honest. So yeah, if you want to hear any of it, just let me know. And most of my experience has been really, really good, but I feel like more so when I was selling on Etsy, which I stopped a while ago. But when I was selling on Etsy, there are a lot of scammers on there that try to scam the sellers into getting free items from them, and it's really annoying, and they can just go really far when it comes to like threatening the seller and just being super mean and harassing them and bullying them. And it happened quite a bit. Like, it was kind of crazy, and I know that it happens to like a bunch of Etsy sellers, and I just don't like to be on that app anymore. So that's why I'm on Shopify. I love Shopify, and I haven't experienced that on there. So if you guys have any experiences like that, let me know. It was really awful, and I'm glad that I'm not on there anymore. I added a white bow to the thumb with some rhinestone glue from a cart, and while that's curing, I'm gonna start the pinky, and I'm just rolling my 3D sculpting gel into a little ball in the palm of my hands, and then applying it to the top part of the pinky for an ornament. And this stuff is non-stick on skin, so that's why I took my glove off. It was like sticking to the material that my glove had. So I'm just doing that, and it's going to be 3 ornaments on the pinky. So this is the second one right in the middle, and then I'll do the third right at the bottom. And when I bought this on Amazon, it came with a nice silicone tool that is super nice to help form the really small edges that are hard to get with your fingers. The middle finger is going to be a snowman, so I'm doing the head first, and I just rolled a little piece of 3D gel into a ball and then pressed it flat right where the head is going to be, and then I'm going to cure before I do the body of the snowman. I got this 3D sculpting gel 2 months ago, and I've honestly been obsessed with 3D nail art ever since I got it, and I didn't know how much I was going to like it until I tried it. And I'm just obsessed now. And I think I love it so much because it reminds me of when I was a kid in like art class, and we would all get some like clay that's soft and formable, and you could just sculpt it into anything that you want it to be, and then just let it dry, and you have like a cute figurine or sculpture made by you. And it reminds me of that. It's like making little sculptures on the nails, and it feels kind of like clay. I'm gonna add a little scarf in between the snowman's head and its body, and I'm gonna take it straight across first and then drag it down one of the sides just a little bit so it's going down the snowman's body, and then using my tool to add indents into the scarf so that it has a cute pattern and design that's diagonal. Once you're happy with how the 3D gel looks, make sure to put it in your lamp for about 60 seconds to cure. The pointer finger is going to be a gingerbread house, so I'm doing the snow flooring of the gingerbread house first with just a little 3D gel, and I'm not going to take it too far up so that there's still room for the actual house. I'm starting to form the snowman's hat, and I'm just using a little piece and making sure that the bottom part is more long and that it's also sticking out a little bit, and then I'm going to place it right on top of the snowman's head and perfect it using my tool. Now for the gingerbread house, it's gonna be a square first, and then the top part of it is gonna be triangular for the roof, and then I'm gonna be curing, and just use your tool to make the triangle part really sharp. And also, if you need to remove any of it, you can use your tool to kind of cut a part off, and then you'll be able to just remove it and clean up the lines. The ring finger is going to be a Christmas tree, so I'm doing the tree trunk first, and that's just a tiny piece right at the bottom middle, and make sure it's not too long so that we can add the trees, like the green part of the tree. To do the front door on the gingerbread house, I'm taking a little sculpting gel, just a tiny bit, and making it into a U, like an upside down U, right in the middle of the gingerbread house, and it's gonna be above where the snow is, And then I'm using my tool to just straighten out the sides and making sure the top part is still round. The first bottom part of the tree, I'm just taking a piece straight across and then using my tool to make the leaves and create edges on the bottom so that it looks more realistic. I'm making a 3D upside down J so that it looks like a little candy cane, and that's gonna go right next to the door on the gingerbread house. For the second layer of the tree, I did a triangle, and this made it much more easy for me to just form the bottom part, and then the top part was already triangular, so I kept that how it looks. So here I'm forming really tiny balls in the palm of my hand and also with my fingers, and I'm gonna do a bunch of these for the wreath and also for the top of the snowman's hat and a little bit for the top of the roof of the gingerbread house. I'm adding one more triangular layer to the tree, and then I'm making sure that the top is super pointy so that my tree can have a bow right at the top. And then the bottom of that layer, I'm adding some like edges and just going in with my tool so that it looks like leaves and it's really realistic. The thumb is going to have the wreath, so I'm mapping out where I want it to be with my rhinestone glue first, and then adding the little balls on top of the glue and making sure that it's not too thick. And I'm really taking my time, and I'm just doing one small little ball at once. And the gingerbread is going to have those same balls on top of the roof. The 3D art is just about done. The only thing that I didn't do yet is the balls on top of the snowman's hat, but I'm gonna do that after I paint his hat black. And right now I'm adding some white Model 1's gel polish to the snowman's head and his body. The snow on the bottom of the gingerbread house is going to be that same white color as well as the candy cane. Two of the ornaments are going to be white, and then the middle one I'm going to add some glitter to it later on, and then the top one is going to be red. Make sure to add at least 2 or 3 layers for the gel polish so that everything is nice and pigmented. I'm doing the tree trunk first, and that's just going to be brown gel polish, and then I'll do the green on the tree later. Then using a lighter brown gel polish, I'm going to add this for the gingerbread house. So this is the green gel polish I'm using. It's from Beetles, and when I started to do this, it looked exactly like the Christmas cosmic brownies, the ones that are shaped like a Christmas tree. It looks like the exact same color, and then when I added the sprinkles to the tree, or not the sprinkles, the ornaments to the tree later on, it looks exactly like the sprinkles on the Christmas tree cosmic brownies. I'm making the snowman's scarf green, and I'm using this color first, and then for the little design on the scarf where the indents are, I'm gonna go in with a darker green for that part later on. To add little twinkle stars on the bottom ornament, use your dotting tool and do 2 dots, and make sure that they're not close, like super close to each other. And then with a really long fine tip nail art brush, I'm making long line strokes and just doing kind of like a plus sign right in the middle of the dots, and I'm making sure those lines are super thin. And using my dotting tool again, I'm adding 2 dots where I want my hearts to be, and then using my fine tip brush, just bringing them down a little bit and connecting the 2 so that it's a heart. On the outline of the door, I'm going to be making that red, and then I did make the inside part of the door a lighter brown. So before I do the ornaments on the tree, I'm going to map out where I want the snow, so I'm just doing that on the bottom parts, and I'm spreading them out a little. Here's the black gel polish that I'm using, and it's for the hat of the snowman. And this might be one of the cutest nail sets I've ever done. I'm gonna do one color at a time for the ornaments on the tree, and it's just dots with my dotting tool, so I'm going in with red first. The next color I'm doing on the tree is yellow, and then after this I'm gonna do blue. Now for the face of the snowman, I'm gonna do the eyes first and do very thin lines for the eyebrows, and I'm making sure that they're kind of curved a little bit and kind of diagonal to give the snowman a really sweet face, very cute face. And then the nose is just an orange dot right in the middle. I don't know why I struggled so much with the easiest part of the nail art, but I struggled a lot with the nose. I really don't know why. And then drag it out just a little bit, but I kept screwing up, so that's why I added the white polish and stuff. Both the bows on this set are going to be red, so just paint that with the red polish and then it'll match with the rest of the color scheme. The snowman's smile is going to be black dots, so just start in the middle and do one half first and then the other half after. With some red polish, I'm doing very thin lines going up the candy cane and making sure there's a little space in between each line. My fine tip brush is from Beetles, by the way, and so is most of my polishes. They're either from Beetles or Model Ones. I know this jade green color that I'm using and all the other greens that I have are from Beetles, and this red is from Model Ones. So it's really just like mostly those ones, and then occasionally I'll do a different brand like Born Pretty or Rare Gism, and then a couple others that I'm able to find on Amazon. I felt like the hearts on the snowman were missing a little something, so I'm just gonna do an outline with this jade green color, and this is the same jade color that I used for the little details on the snowman's scarf. Majority of the nail art is all done. I'm just going to be doing a couple more details here and there, as well as adding some color to all of the little balls that I added to like the wreath and also the gingerbread house. And then I'll be doing the balls on top of the snowman's hat and painting those as well. The top of his hat is only going to have about 4 or 5 of those little balls, and then on the ends I'll be adding some gold caviar beads. I'm using my rhinestone glue to add the caviar beads, and I'm also going to be doing some where the scarf is, like right where it starts to go down his body. That's where I'm going to be doing the beads on his scarf. To do glitter on your nails, just add some gel polish where you want it to be, and then before putting it in the lamp to cure, pour some fine glitter on top and make sure you add enough that it's completely covering all the gel, and then cure for 60 seconds. I'm also adding the glitter to the snow part on the Christmas tree and also one of the ornaments. Use a little bit of your rhinestone glue at the top of each ornament, and then take 2 medium-sized gold caviar beads and then 1 big silver bead right on top of the 2, like in the middle of those 2, and then that's going to be the top of your ornament where like the hook would go. And the smallest sized caviar beads are going to be for in between each of those little balls that I put on the gingerbread house, and also in between the balls on the wreath. Lastly, after the caviar beads, I'm going to take my dotting tool and do a couple tiny white dots on top of the gingerbread house to look like snow. So I did go ahead and file the nails off camera as well as top coat, and I used some glossy gel polish from Model 1s, and my 180 grit nail files are from a cart, and I just top coated all of the nails, all of the 3D gel that I did. I top coated everything, and then I filed all the sides and the tips completely. So yeah. Make sure to use a wipe after filing and just clean and disinfect all the nails completely, and just remove any dust that might be on the nails from filing, and yeah, it'll get them looking super nice. And thank you again so much for subscribing and liking and commenting. It makes my heart so happy, and I love you guys so much. This really is my passion, and being able to record it and show you guys and share with you is amazing, and I love it. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun on YouTube, and I'll be making more videos really soon. I'm also gonna have these nails listed on my website, so if you guys are interested, my press-on nail website will be linked down below, and that'll have all the other sets that I do as well if you're interested in ordering any. And then I'll link all my social medias down below as well. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!